This video is sponsored by Renaissance Bank, the best bank in the South. Check them out at renaissancennation.com. Hey, what's up? Matt Wyatt here. It's been a while. And now we're getting close to the draft, and I am the radio analyst for Mississippi State football. Radio broadcast in the fall. Played there, live in Mississippi, cover the team year-round. And so I have a little bit of insight on these Mississippi State players coming out into this NFL draft, in which some are saying as many as 2, 3, possibly even 4. I saw one mock draft that had 4 Mississippi State players going in the first round. So maybe I have some insight on some of these guys, some of the plays they've made in their career that might help you to gain a little insight on them and know more about them heading into the draft coming up here at the end of April. First up, this guy, Johnathan Abram, who from the first day he stepped on campus at State, shot out of a cannon, plays downhill, big hitter. He definitely has been one of the best safeties in the country. Whether he's a first or second round pick, we'll see coming up, but a lot of people feel like he is, a first round type of player. I really believe that, and I think some of these plays illustrate that also.
And this is probably my favorite play. You're going to see him far right of your screen. Watch it in full speed, the urgency to the football here. Play action away on 3rd and 4. Just an unbelievable play, and knowing where the stick is and where you've got to be. So the catch is made here, play action, and flip it out in the flat away. He was lined up here, middle of the screen, or top on the opposite hash. And again, catch is made, ball carrier here. He's got to get here for a first down on 3rd and 4. And again, watch the urgency from Abram. Just an incredible play. Get him off his feet. And because of that, they initially marked first down, but when they reviewed it, ball's down short of the stick, and they got off the field. It's just a heck of a play, understanding the urgency to get over there. Again, at the point that he flips his shoulders to throw, this is a safety that is 12 to 14 off the ball on this hash. He's going to see it and is going to run it down on the opposite side of the field. See him on the opposite hash up top. So roll it in full speed and watch the speed right here to get him off his feet. Just an incredible play. Here he is in the Arkansas game. They're going to bring him off the edge right here, pressure, and watch how he handles the block. Takes on a tight end, just throws him out of the way and makes a play, tackle for loss. If we go back and look again, and maybe slow it down, we can see a little closer. So H-back, tight end, big-time size advantage. Watch the way he attacks him. Now, right here, again, instinctually, he's getting to where I can see, is it handoff or is it play action? And because his eyes are clear because of his positioning, but then look what he's able to do physically to a much bigger guy. That's taking 240, 250 pounds and just shedding it like it's nothing. And it's really impressive for a safety at 200 pounds.
A little of the story behind Johnathan Abram is he's from a Mississippi high school, but signed with Georgia out of high school, started there, and then transferred out, went back to JUCO in Mississippi, and then signed with Mississippi State. And it was a good move for him because the playing time, got on the field right away, and an immediate impact guy, but not just as like a free safety back there, cover, float around. Definitely a hitter, using him in the box, bringing him off the edge. He played for Grantham, a former NFL coach, played for Shoup his last year, a highly thought of college defensive coordinator. So it's no wonder that he's a big-time prospect.
Top of your screen here, they're going to screen at him. Watch him beat the block to the point of attack. Put a guy in his face supposed to block him. He goes to his outside shoulder and outruns it inside to make the tackle for loss there. All right, so here's another example. This time it's not physically running through a guy, but again, instinctual. He sees what's happening, knows that this is screened. He's really the first guy at the second level that already knows where the ball is going and is no longer worried about playing the flat. So again, timing and anticipation, scouting report, knowing the ball's not even out of the quarterback's hand completely, and he's already headed there. Really aggressive to the football. They've positioned him outside, and he says, I can beat it on the inside and get there first, and he does. You see it again. He's really smart, great football IQ. His coaches talk about that. He's already anticipating what this is. And as soon as he sees no route, I'm getting blocked on my outside shoulder, his eyes are already on the football, and the ball is not even really out of the quarterback's hand yet. Super aggressive and anticipate. Now that aggression and anticipation works until they get you. And here's just an example of that. You're going to see him looking in the backfield, looking for a run on 1st and 10. They pull him up with a play action out of his man-to-man responsibility, gives up a big play. Now, he hustles and tries to make the play. Nobody's perfect, but this is just one example of, it's not that he shies away at all from contact or playing the run. In fact, sometimes maybe a little too aggressive. And so again, you see his eyes are already there to a 3-receiver side with a tight end. He's in man-to-man with no help over the top. And this is a good job where they're not straight into the route. They're setting it up on this play action with a little step like they're going to block him, trying to freeze him, and he goes for it. He feels, hey, they're going to block me. That little hesitation gets him free, and so he gives up on a man-to-man responsibility. He has to try to run it down from behind. Just an example of how sometimes that aggression can work against a guy. Now you're going to see him lined up in the box here in nickel. He's going to pressure the quarterback. Auburn has a wide open flip back to the quarterback for touchdown, but because of his aggressiveness, he makes the throw go incomplete. Now, anybody would tell you the quarterback's got to hit this. The quarterback, anybody, sure, yes. But the reason that he pumps it over his head is, again, because of number 38, Johnathan Abram. You see where he's lined up, and look at his eyes. So they have Wildcat, quarterback. Pre-snap, he knows this, and you saw his eyes. As soon as there was motion here, he looks at it and knows they're motioning this thing out of a weird formation to my side. So he and the entire defense are already this way. They see the speed sweep, but watch what he does. He's the first and the best on the defense to recognize it's flipped back to the quarterback. As soon as the flip happens, he hadn't really even got the football all that well, and now he's coming free. And again, watch the urgency to the quarterback. Because he's free and bearing down, the quarterback doesn't stand in there and take the contact. He's going to flip those shoulders away from it. You saw how he threw the ball, flipped those shoulders away from it to get away from the contact. That pressure and urgency from Abram is what forces him to throw it a little farther and miss a touchdown. And that was a big play in a game, a 6-3 game early on. All right, first let's watch the play. You see him, he's lined up in the box. They go reverse away, then come back to him trying to throw a pass, and then he recognizes it, blows it up. And it's just an example, number one, of how they used him. You kind of see where he is. They're in a dime package right here. That's the only true linebacker on the field. They've got 6 DBs in the game, a whole bunch of them back here off screen. But he is the guy at 6 feet tall, 200, 210 that they want in the box acting as a linebacker because safety, speed, and athleticism, but is physical like a linebacker. It's a great example of instincts, just kind of tracking the football too. And he's the first one. Other guys cut, but really he's the first one to see the flip. And now, he's not looking this way to see is somebody trying to block me. He's just got his eyes on the football and going to make a play. Good instincts and athleticism. Okay, here he is lined up on the right side numbers or just inside the numbers in terms of defensive alignment. The ball's going to go away from him on that flip. Show you size 5'11", 205. I think I said 6 feet earlier, but you see ballpark. And watch him track it down with the angle and skate, catch him behind the line of scrimmage on the other side of the field, the other numbers. Incredible hustle, anticipation, and speed. If you go back and look again, kind of look where he starts. Again, he's just inside the numbers on one side of the field. He's going to catch him all the way over here on the other side. Again, look at the angle and then watch him turn on the gas. Opposite side of the field, outside the numbers. And lastly, an example in coverage. He's lined up. He's in nickel. He's a nickel guy on the hash and going to be covering the receiver right there on the hash. as well. So that's a slot receiver, a guy who's recruited to run go routes. Again, safety of 4.4 speed, 5'11", 205. He's going to match up with him. It's straight route, no hesitation, trying to get over the top. And then he's able to get there and make a play, run with him enough to make a play and force the incomplete. And the thing is, if you got a safety running neck and neck, some people have said he was beat right here, which is just crazy to me because he's right in his pocket. They've tried to get by him deep, and he's in a position enough to either knock it away or affect the catch where it can't be made. And if you're a safety running with a slot receiver right here this close and you can get your hand in there, to say that he's beat is just pure insanity. He's not beat. He's in his pocket. He's making a play on what was a pretty good route, pretty good throw. Timing-wise, it wasn't extremely underthrown. That's a heck of a play by a safety on a slot receiver.
Just a short look at Johnathan Abram, and in my opinion, one of the top 15, 20 best football players in America. Does somebody need a safety in the first round? You better go get him. He's just a difference maker, and I really do believe that. It's interesting to me, too. There are a lot of analysts in college football, a lot that are dedicated to the Southeastern Conference, that because he's not a quarterback and because he didn't play for Alabama or Florida, they barely even know who he is until here in the last month leading up to the draft, you start to hear his name called a bunch about possibly being first rounder. Then they learn a little bit about what he is. Well, all you had to do is open your eyes. If you're really a true analyst, all you had to do is open your eyes, watch a couple of games, and pay attention, and you could see right away that this guy's on a little bit of a different level. And the NFL people certainly knew it the entire time the last couple of years. Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks to Renaissance Bank for always sponsoring these videos, and I'll see you next time. See you.